Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why people seem to hate you for simply being who you are? Why, no matter how kind, loving, or genuine you are, some individuals just can't stand your presence? As a chosen one, you carry a light that others can't always handle. The reality is, this rejection, judgment, and envy aren't random. They're direct responses to your energy, your mission, and your divine purpose. In fact, the very qualities that make you special, unique, and powerful are the same ones that trigger negativity in others. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the 8 undeniable reasons why people hate you. And let me tell you, it's not because you're doing something wrong. Far from it. You see, the stronger your light, the more it reveals others' darkness, their insecurities, and the things they refuse to face within themselves. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this happens, but also how to turn these reactions into personal growth and empowerment. From your ability to thrive in situations that others can't, to your natural magnetism that draws both love and hate, we're going to break down why the very essence of who you are can provoke intense reactions from those around you. If you've ever felt misunderstood, rejected, or even sabotaged, stick around, because what you're about to learn will forever change the way you see yourself and the world. Let's dive into the 8 powerful reasons why people hate the chosen ones. Reason 1. Recognizing inner potential. When someone begins to tap into their inner potential, it's like flipping a switch. They start vibrating at a higher frequency, becoming more in tune with their purpose and who they are meant to be. This process, often referred to as awakening in spiritual circles, can be a transformative journey of self-discovery and empowerment. It allows you to break free from limiting beliefs, past conditioning, and societal expectations. But this newfound sense of self, confidence, and direction can unsettle others, especially those who haven't yet discovered their own path or are still struggling with their own insecurities. At its core, recognizing your inner potential means realizing the immense power and purpose that you carry within you. You might start to pursue dreams with more passion, set clearer goals, and live more authentically, no longer seeking validation from others. Instead of merely going through the motions of life, you become driven by a deeper sense of purpose. This newfound clarity and energy can act like a spotlight, illuminating the gap between where you are and where others around you may still be stuck. People who haven't yet discovered their potential may feel threatened by this shift. They may not understand your journey, and this can lead to feelings of envy or discomfort. It's like you're moving forward on a path they haven't yet found, and instead of celebrating your growth, they may unconsciously or even consciously try to pull you back or belittle your progress. It's not because they're bad people, but because your growth highlights their stagnation, creating an internal conflict for them. This is where hostility can arise, when others project their insecurities onto you. In spiritual terms, tapping into your inner potential is often seen as a deeper connection to the divine, the universe, or the higher self. It's more than just personal growth. It's a spiritual awakening. When you awaken, you elevate your energy, aligning yourself with a higher vibration. This higher frequency can affect the energy of those around you, particularly those who are still operating on a lower vibration. The law of vibration states that everything in the universe moves, vibrates, and travels in circular patterns. And when you raise your vibration, you might clash with those whose energy is not in sync with yours. Those who are not yet awakened or are still stuck in their insecurities may feel this energetic difference, even if they can't put it into words. Spiritually, it can be seen as a threat because your growth acts as a mirror. It reflects back to them the areas where they might feel stuck, fearful, or inadequate. While you're moving closer to the divine, embracing your gifts, and living in alignment with your true self, they may be struggling with feelings of separation, fear, or doubt. This contrast can trigger negative emotions such as jealousy, resentment, or hostility. In many spiritual traditions, this is often referred to as light attracting darkness. When you shine brightly, those who haven't yet found their light might feel exposed in their darkness. But rather than seeing your light as a source of inspiration, they may see it as a challenge to their sense of self, leading them to react defensively. One of the most challenging aspects of recognizing your inner potential is understanding how your growth might trigger envy or hostility in others. This isn't always easy to accept, especially when it comes from people you care about, such as friends, family, or colleagues. However, it's important to remember that their reactions are not about you, but about their own inner struggles. Your progress is a reflection of their stagnation, and rather than confronting their own feelings of inadequacy, it's often easier for them to project those feelings onto you. This doesn't mean you should dim your light or downplay your achievements. On the contrary, it's a call to continue on your path, knowing that not everyone will understand or support your journey, and that's okay. Part of recognizing your inner potential is learning to set healthy boundaries, protect your energy, and stay grounded in your truth, even when others are uncomfortable with your growth. The reactions of others are simply part of the process, and while they may hurt, they are also an opportunity for you to cultivate even more compassion and resilience. Reason 2. Remarkable presence. Chosen ones possess something that is hard to miss, an undeniable presence. It's a blend of serenity, confidence, and inner peace that seems to radiate from them. When someone has this kind of energy, they naturally stand out in any crowd. You might not even need to say much, yet people still take notice. It's like you carry a magnetic aura that draws attention, respect, and sometimes even curiosity. But while many may admire this energy, others might feel uncomfortable, especially if they're struggling with their own inner battles or insecurities. This remarkable presence comes from a deep sense of self-awareness and alignment with your true path. You know who you are, what you want, and how to stay grounded, regardless of external circumstances. Because of this, you often exude calm confidence, a type of energy that isn't forced but flows naturally. It's not about arrogance, it's about embodying your true essence and being at peace with yourself. People who are still figuring things out might be drawn to this energy, even if they don't fully understand it. Your presence can feel refreshing, even inspiring, because it represents something they're seeking: clarity, peace, or purpose. On the flip side, this same energy can also make others uncomfortable because it acts as a reminder of what they feel they're missing. If someone is struggling with self-doubt, insecurity, or confusion, your serene confidence can make them feel more aware of their own inner chaos, triggering envy or resentment. From a spiritual perspective, this presence is often seen as a sign of divine alignment. You're not just walking through life, you're walking in sync with a higher purpose. Whether you call it connecting with the divine, being in tune with the universe, or simply being aligned with your higher self, this energy isn't just noticeable to the physical eye. It's felt on a deeper, spiritual level. When you're spiritually aligned, your energy flows effortlessly. You operate from a place of love, peace, and inner strength, which naturally makes you stand out. This isn't something you try to do. It's just who you are. It's like being a beacon of light in a world where many are still searching for their path, lost in shadows of fear, insecurity, and doubt. For people who are still stuck in these shadows, your presence can be overwhelming. They may feel exposed or uncomfortable around you because your energy reminds them of what they've yet to heal within themselves. On a spiritual level, they might sense that you've tapped into something higher, something they crave but haven't yet accessed. This can trigger a range of emotions, everything from admiration to jealousy to to resentment. The key to understanding why your remarkable presence can provoke envy lies in this simple truth. Your light reminds others of their shadows. When you walk into a room, your calm, confident energy can reflect back to others the areas where they feel lacking. It's like holding up a mirror to their inner struggles, whether it's unresolved insecurities, doubts, or fears. This isn't something you do on purpose, of course. In fact, you might be completely unaware of how your presence affects others. But for someone who is battling their own shadows, being around someone who seems so sure of themselves can be difficult. Instead of looking inward and working through their issues, it's easier for some to project those feelings onto you. This projection can manifest as envy, bitterness, or even subtle, or not so subtle, hostility. Think of it like this. You're shining a bright light, and for people who are comfortable in the light, it feels warm and inviting. But for those who are still sitting in darkness, your light can feel blinding, even threatening. Rather than seeing your light as something positive, they may interpret it as a challenge to their own sense of worth. This dynamic often leads to a complicated mix of admiration and resentment. On one hand, they may be drawn to your energy because it represents something they want for themselves: peace, confidence, and alignment. On the other hand, your presence can make them feel more aware of their own struggles, which can provoke feelings of envy or discomfort. The important thing to remember is that their reaction has more to do with them than it does with you. Your presence is not a problem, it's a gift. You're a living example of what it looks like to be aligned with your true self. And for those who are ready, your light can be inspiring, helping others to awaken to their own potential. For those who aren't ready, it may trigger insecurities, but that's okay. Your job isn't to make everyone comfortable. It's to continue shining brightly, living authentically and staying true to yourself. The more you embrace your light, the more you'll attract people who resonate with your energy, people who celebrate your presence rather than feel threatened by it. You may also help others who are struggling to step out of their shadows and into their own light, simply by being yourself. So keep showing up, keep shining, and remember that your presence is powerful, even if it unsettles those who aren't yet ready to face their own shadows. Reason 3. Resilience and determination. Chosen ones are no strangers to adversity. In fact, they often seem to thrive in challenging situations, emerging stronger and more determined than ever. When life throws curveballs, whether it's personal loss, setbacks, or unexpected obstacles, they don't crumble under pressure. Instead, they rise to the occasion, learning valuable lessons along the way. This remarkable ability to face challenges head-on can be both inspiring and unsettling for those around them, particularly for those who prefer to avoid discomfort or confrontation. Imagine being in a room with someone who has just weathered a storm and is now shining brighter than ever. Their resilience can be contagious, sparking motivation and hope in others. But for those who shy away from challenges or are still grappling with their own difficulties, this resilience can feel intimidating. Your strength may highlight their avoidance, pushing them to confront their fears, which can create a sense of unease or even resentment. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about actively choosing to grow through adversity. Chosen ones understand that challenges are opportunities for growth, and they embrace this mindset. Instead of viewing hardships as setbacks, they see them as stepping stones on their spiritual journey. This proactive approach to resilience makes them unique, as they consciously decide to evolve rather than remain stagnant, and this can unsettle those who are not ready or willing to face their own struggles. In a spiritual context, resilience is more than just a character trait. It's a vital part of spiritual growth. It's a journey that requires courage, introspection, and the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. Chosen ones recognize that every obstacle they face is a chance to deepen their connection to themselves and the universe. This doesn't mean they don't feel pain or fear. Rather, they choose to move through those emotions, learning and evolving in the process. This journey of spiritual growth can be transformative. When you actively work to overcome challenges, you cultivate strength, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of your true self. You begin to see the divine lessons hidden in the hardships, allowing you to emerge from each experience with new insights and a stronger sense of purpose. This transformative power can be awe-inspiring, but it can also intimidate those who prefer to stay within their comfort zones, avoiding the discomfort that comes with growth. Here's the crux of it. Your ability to grow through hardship can make others uncomfortable, especially those who cling to their comfort zones. When you demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity, it serves as a reminder that growth often requires stepping outside of what is familiar and safe. For individuals who avoid challenges, your strength and determination can feel like a stark contrast to their own experiences. They may feel compelled to confront their own fears and insecurities, and this can be an unsettling process. Consider someone who has spent years avoiding difficult conversations or challenging situations. When they see you navigating your struggles with grace and strength, it can trigger feelings of inadequacy. Instead of feeling inspired, they may react defensively, pushing back against the notion that they too could rise to the occasion. This can lead to feelings of jealousy or resentment, as your growth highlights the stagnation in their own lives. But this dynamic is not about you, it's about their journey. Your resilience may be a reflection of their own struggles to face their challenges, and rather than seeing your strength as a source of motivation, they may see it as a reminder of their own fears and limitations. It's important to recognize that their reactions are part of their growth process, just as your resilience is part of yours. Understanding this dynamic can help you navigate relationships more effectively. When faced with envy or hostility from others, remind yourself that your resilience is a gift, not a burden. You have chosen to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and that's something to celebrate. While it's natural to want to inspire those around you, it's also essential to maintain your boundaries. You don't have to downplay your achievements or hide your strength to make others feel comfortable. Instead, continue to shine brightly, knowing that your journey may one day inspire them to face their own challenges. Encourage open conversations about resilience and growth. Sharing your experiences, struggles, and lessons learned can help others feel less intimidated and more empowered to confront their own fears. By normalizing the challenges you've faced, you can create a space where vulnerability is welcomed and everyone feels supported in their journeys. Reason 4. Reflecting inner conflicts of others. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have an uncanny ability to make you feel exposed? This isn't a magic trick. It's just a natural phenomenon that happens when chosen ones are around. By living authentically and confidently, they act as mirrors, reflecting back the insecurities, fears, and unresolved issues that others might be grappling with. It's not something they do intentionally. Rather, it's a byproduct of their energy and presence. Just by being themselves, they inadvertently highlight the areas where others might feel inadequate or stuck. Imagine walking into a room where someone is radiating confidence and authenticity. For some, this presence can be incredibly uplifting, inspiring them to step into their own power. But for others, it can feel threatening, like a spotlight shining on their own shortcomings. This reflection can provoke strong emotions, everything from admiration to envy or even resentment. Because, let's face it, nobody likes to be reminded of their struggles. When chosen ones are unapologetically true to themselves, they create an environment where others may feel challenged to confront their own inner conflicts. This can be incredibly uncomfortable, especially for those who are still in denial about their issues or who prefer to stay within their comfort zones. The discomfort often leads to defensiveness, where instead of addressing their feelings, they might direct their frustration toward the person reflecting those feelings, essentially attacking the mirror instead of looking at themselves. From a spiritual standpoint, this mirroring effect is significant. Living in truth and authenticity means being in alignment with one's higher self. It's a state of being that shines a light on the areas of life that are out of alignment for others. This illumination can be a blessing, as it offers the chance for growth and healing. However, it can also stir up a lot of discomfort, forcing individuals to face aspects of themselves they might prefer to ignore. In spiritual teachings, the concept of mirrors is quite common. The idea is that everyone we encounter reflects something back to us, whether it's a quality we admire or a trait we wish to change. When you are authentically living your truth, you become a beacon of possibility for others. You represent the potential for growth and transformation, which can trigger feelings of jealousy, inadequacy, or anger in those who aren't yet ready to embrace that journey. For instance, if you are pursuing your dreams and living a life full of purpose, it might force others to confront their own dreams that have been shelved or neglected. The discomfort of that realization can be overwhelming. Rather than addressing their feelings, they may choose to resent you for showcasing what they feel they are missing. This brings us to the key point. When faced with uncomfortable reflections, many people choose to attack the mirror instead of examining themselves. This can manifest in various ways: sarcastic comments, passive-aggressive behavior, or outright hostility. Their reactions can feel hurtful, especially when all you're doing is being your authentic self. It's essential to understand that these attacks are not a reflection of your worth or value. Rather, they reveal the inner turmoil that the other person is experiencing. You are not responsible for their feelings, and their discomfort stems from their struggle to confront their own unresolved issues. This dynamic can be particularly challenging in close relationships. A friend or family member may feel threatened by your authenticity, leading to friction or conflict. It's important to approach these situations with compassion and understanding. Recognize that their reaction is about their journey and not yours. Understanding this dynamic can help you navigate relationships more effectively. When faced with envy or hostility from others, remind yourself that your resilience is a gift, not a burden. You have chosen to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and that's something to celebrate. While it's natural to want to inspire those around you, it's also essential to maintain your boundaries. You don't have to downplay your achievements or hide your strength to make others feel comfortable. Instead, continue to shine brightly, knowing that your journey may one day inspire them to face their own challenges. Reason 5. Sympathy and authenticity. Have you ever met someone whose kindness seems to light up a room? Chosen ones have a unique gift. They embody a natural kindness and authenticity that draws people in and makes them feel seen. This genuine warmth often creates a safe space for others, encouraging open-hearted connections. However, this same quality can also shine a spotlight on the insincerity or hidden insecurities of those around them. When you live with such openness, it can be a wake-up call for others who may be wearing social masks to hide their true selves. Picture this. You walk into a gathering, and there's that one person radiating genuine kindness and authenticity. They ask thoughtful questions, listen intently, and seem genuinely interested in connecting. For many, this can be refreshing and uplifting. It encourages them to drop their own facades and engage honestly. But for those who are still clinging to their social masks, those layers of pretense that help them navigate the world, it can feel disconcerting. Your authenticity may highlight the stark contrast between your openness and their guardedness, forcing them to confront aspects of themselves they'd rather keep hidden. This dynamic can evoke a range of emotions. While some may be inspired to embrace their own authenticity, others might feel defensive or even threatened. Instead of recognizing your kindness as a gift, they may perceive it as a challenge to their carefully constructed identity. This reaction isn't about you, it's about their discomfort with their own lack of sincerity. From a spiritual perspective, the authenticity that chosen ones exude often stems from lifetimes of growth and evolution. After many journeys of learning and healing, they have cultivated a purity of spirit that resonates deeply with others. This inner purity serves as a beacon, illuminating the path for those who are still navigating their own struggles. However, it can also be unsettling for individuals who are still hiding behind their social masks. The journey of soul evolution is not always easy. It involves facing one's fears, shedding old patterns, and embracing vulnerability. Those who have done this work often possess a clarity and sincerity that can make others uncomfortable. When you're authentic, you are essentially saying, "I am here, just as I am," which can feel intimidating for those who are not yet ready to drop their facades. This contrast can create a tension-filled atmosphere. While your authenticity might inspire some to embark on their journey of self-discovery, it can also provoke feelings of inadequacy in others. They may realize that they are not being true to themselves and that their social masks are keeping them from meaningful connections. Instead of embracing this realization, they might react defensively, choosing to dismiss or criticize your authenticity rather than reflecting on their own choices. Ultimately, your authenticity challenges others who are uncomfortable with their own facades. It's like holding up a mirror to their inner struggles, and for some, this reflection can be overwhelming. When faced with the sincerity of someone living their truth, individuals who are not yet ready to confront their own issues may feel threatened. They might lash out or behave dismissively as a way to protect their fragile self-image. This dynamic can be particularly prevalent in social settings, where superficial interactions are the norm. In a world where people often hide behind their social masks, your genuine kindness and authenticity can feel like a breath of fresh air, but it can also expose the uncomfortable truth of others' pretenses. This exposure can create tension, making them want to push back against your light instead of addressing their own discomfort. However, it's essential to remember that your kindness and authenticity are powerful tools for connection and healing. While you may encounter resistance, your presence can also inspire others to shed their facades and explore the depths of their own authenticity. Navigating these dynamics can be challenging, but it's important to stay true to yourself. Continue to radiate kindness and authenticity, knowing that your light can guide others on their journey, even if they aren't ready to acknowledge it yet. The more you embrace your true self, the more you can encourage others to do the same. Reason 6. Target for projected negativity. Have you ever felt like you were being watched or judged simply for being yourself? If you're labeled as a chosen one, this sensation can be amplified tenfold. Chosen ones often find themselves at the center of people's insecurities and negative projections. Simply existing as someone who embraces their unique path and purpose can make you a target for envy, resentment, and even hostility. It's a peculiar phenomenon, but one that many who identify as chosen ones can relate to. When you embody qualities like authenticity, kindness, and resilience, you may unintentionally trigger feelings in others that they'd rather not confront. People who are grappling with their own issues may look at you and see a reflection of everything they feel they lack: confidence, clarity, or a sense of purpose. Instead of using this feeling as motivation to improve their own lives, they may project their frustrations and fears onto you. This can manifest in various ways: snide remarks, backhanded compliments, or even outright hostility. It's as if your very presence serves as a reminder of their unfulfilled potential or unresolved inner conflicts. You might find yourself facing unwarranted criticism or negativity, all because you're embodying qualities that challenge the status quo. From a spiritual perspective, the path of a chosen one often involves stepping into a larger role within the universe. Many believe that those labeled as chosen ones are here for a greater purpose, to inspire, heal, and guide others toward their own spiritual awakenings. However, this spiritual mission can sometimes attract unwanted attention. When you're destined for something greater, your journey can shake things up. Your very existence challenges the comfort zones of those around you. For someone who prefers to stay within their safe bubble, your light can feel like a threat. Instead of celebrating your uniqueness, they may react with envy or disdain, seeing you as a reminder of their own fears and limitations. This reaction is not about you, but rather a reflection of their internal struggles. When someone feels insecure or dissatisfied with their life, they might lash out at those who are boldly pursuing their truth. It's easier to blame or criticize the chosen one than to confront their own discomfort. Your spiritual mission can evoke strong emotions in others, creating a swirl of negativity directed toward you. Ultimately, your perceived specialness becomes a magnet for others' frustrations and fears. It's not that you're better than anyone else. It's that your unique qualities shine brightly in a world where many feel lost or inadequate. This light can be both inspiring and intimidating. When people see you thriving on your path, it may force them to confront the areas in their lives where they feel stuck or unfulfilled. As a result, they may project their insecurities onto you. Their negative comments or attitudes often stem from their struggles and the uncomfortable truth that they aren't living up to their potential. Instead of acknowledging their feelings, they might choose to criticize or judge you for being different or for following a path that challenges their worldview. This can be disheartening, especially when all you want to do is live authentically and inspire others. It's essential to remember that these projections are not a reflection of your worth. Instead, they reveal the internal battles others are facing. While it's natural to want to be accepted and loved for who you are, understanding that not everyone will resonate with your journey can be liberating. Some may choose to turn their discomfort into negativity rather than seeking growth. It's a reminder that your path may not be for everyone, and that's okay. Navigating these projected negative emotions can be challenging, but it's crucial to stay grounded in your truth. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who uplift you and celebrate your uniqueness. By maintaining your positive energy and continuing to pursue your spiritual mission, you can create a ripple effect that inspires others to confront their own fears and insecurities. Reason 7. Implicit prejudice and past life resonances. Have you ever felt an instant dislike from someone you barely know, as if they're judging you without reason? If you're a chosen one, you might experience this more than others. Negative reactions toward you can stem from a complex mix of unresolved past life experiences and deep-rooted biases that people carry within them. These feelings often bubble to the surface, coloring how they interact with you, even if they don't consciously realize it. Imagine walking into a room filled with people, and you can almost feel the tension shift the moment you arrive. For some, it's as if your very presence stirs something deep within them, something they can't quite articulate. They might react with defensiveness or even hostility, leaving you puzzled. This isn't necessarily personal. It's more about the history they carry inside them, memories from past lives that can shape their perceptions and reactions. Dolores Cannon's teachings. The teachings of Dolores Cannon, a well-known hypnotherapist and past life regression expert, shed light on this fascinating phenomenon. According to Cannon, souls carry memories and unresolved experiences from past incarnations. These memories can manifest as implicit prejudice, where individuals might harbor biases against certain people or situations without fully understanding why. For instance, if someone feels a strange dislike for you, it may be tied to a past life experience where you played a role in their story, maybe as a leader a healer, or even someone they had a conflict with. The remnants of those experiences linger in their subconscious mind, influencing their present-day interactions with you. They may not even recognize that their feelings are rooted in a past life. They just sense something is off. This can complicate your present-day relationships, especially if you're unaware of the unseen dynamics at play. As a chosen one, your unique energy can activate these latent feelings within others. Your authenticity, kindness, and spiritual mission might serve as a reminder of unresolved issues they haven't yet dealt with. Instead of embracing the opportunity for healing and connection, they might recoil in fear or judgment, projecting their past life conflicts onto you. The key point to understand is that some individuals may harbor an unexplainable dislike or prejudice against you because of unresolved conflicts from past lives. This can create a complex web of feelings and interactions that can be challenging to navigate. While you are simply trying to be your authentic self, others may see you as a reminder of their unresolved pain or fears. This dynamic can be particularly difficult when you find yourself wanting to connect with others who seem to resist your light. You might encounter relationships that feel strained or fraught with misunderstanding. It's essential to approach these situations with compassion and empathy, recognizing that their reactions are not really about you. They reflect their inner struggles, their own histories, and the echoes of past life experiences they haven't reconciled. Understanding this perspective can empower you to maintain your authenticity while also being mindful of the complexities within human interactions. Rather than taking negative reactions personally, consider the possibility that these individuals are wrestling with something deeper. Your light may be illuminating areas of discomfort they are not ready to confront. Navigating relationships with this awareness allows you to approach conflicts with a sense of understanding. It may help to foster an environment of compassion where you can engage in open dialogue. By being willing to listen and empathize, you can create opportunities for healing, not only for yourself, but also for those around you. Reason 8. The power of contrast between light and dark. Have you ever felt that some people react to you in ways that seem completely out of proportion? As a chosen one, your light can shine so brightly that it illuminates the darkness in others, and this contrast can trigger intense resistance and even hatred. The simple act of being your authentic self can bring out strong emotions in those who are still grappling with their inner shadows. Imagine walking into a dimly lit room with a bright flashlight. The moment you turn it on, the shadows dance away, revealing everything in its path. Your presence as a chosen one acts like that flashlight, illuminating hidden fears, insecurities, and unresolved issues in those around you. While your light can inspire and uplift many, it can also make others uncomfortable. They may feel exposed, vulnerable, and even angry at the aspects of themselves that they'd rather keep hidden. From a spiritual perspective, this dynamic is essential for growth and transformation. The journey of a chosen one often involves embracing your light and using it to guide others. However, this doesn't come without its challenges. When you illuminate the darkness within others, it forces them to confront parts of themselves they'd prefer to ignore. This confrontation can be uncomfortable, even frightening. And instead of embracing the opportunity for growth, some may lash out in resistance. Consider this. When someone has spent years building a wall to protect themselves from their pain, the last thing they want is for someone to come along and shine a light on it. They may respond with defensiveness, anger, or even hatred. Your authenticity serves as a stark reminder of what they're avoiding, making it all too easy for them to project their discomfort onto you. In essence, your light acts as a catalyst for their spiritual growth, but not everyone is ready or willing to face their darkness. This contrast can create friction, as they may see you not just as a beacon of hope, but also as a threat to their established patterns of living. The more brightly you shine, the more intensely they might react, leading to a complicated relationship between your light and their shadows. The key point here is that your light challenges old patterns of darkness, provoking negative reactions in those who feel threatened by your presence. When you embody love, authenticity, and positivity, it can force others to reckon with their own negativity, shame, or unresolved issues. Instead of recognizing your light as a source of inspiration, they may see it as a challenge to their comfort zones, igniting feelings of envy or resentment. This dynamic can feel deeply personal, especially when you're simply trying to live your truth. You may find yourself at the receiving end of unjust criticism or hostility, leaving you wondering what you did wrong. However, it's crucial to understand that these reactions are not a reflection of your worth, but rather a response to the discomfort you're bringing to the surface. Navigating these reactions requires resilience and compassion. While it's easy to feel hurt by negative responses, it's important to remember that you are not responsible for others' emotions. Their reactions stem from their own internal struggles and their inability to confront the darkness you've illuminated. Maintaining your light and staying true to yourself can be a powerful act of resistance against negativity. By continuing to shine brightly, you offer others a choice. They can either embrace the light and begin their journey of self-discovery, or cling to their shadows. In this way, your presence becomes a powerful catalyst for change, even if it doesn't always feel comfortable or easy. As we wrap up our exploration of why chosen ones sometimes face negativity, it's important to take a moment to reflect on what this all really means. First and foremost, remember this: people don't hate you out of malice or personal disdain. Instead, their reactions often stem from the unresolved darkness within themselves that your light unintentionally highlights. Your presence can irritate the parts of them that they've hidden away or refused to confront. It's like turning on a bright light in a dark room. It's uncomfortable for those who are used to the shadows. Now let's talk empowerment. It's essential to understand that this isn't about you being broken or flawed in any way. You're not the problem. Rather, your brilliance acts as a mirror, exposing the fractures and insecurities in others. It's a gift that you bring to the world, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Embracing your unique path and shining your light is a beautiful act of courage, one that can inspire growth, not just in yourself, but in those around you, if they're ready for it. I encourage you to rise above the hate and negativity that may come your way. Embrace your journey without the burden of trying to heal others' pain. Remember that you can only control your own light and how you choose to share it. Keep moving forward with confidence and authenticity, knowing that your path is uniquely yours. And finally, if this message resonated with you, I invite you to engage. Subscribe, like, and comment below. I am ready. Let's create a community of support and encouragement for all chosen ones navigating this beautiful yet challenging journey. Your voice matters, and together we can shine even brighter.